let's jump into sort of a few things that I ask everybody because
Sure.
you're a hard charging entrepreneur, and I have found that success leaves clues by doing, now we're into your episode 102, and I love the learning. And one of the things that I've learned is, well, it's not, I just learned recently, not everyone reads books, they listen to books. So books, is there a book that you feel everyone who's in the real estate game ought to pick up and have on their shelf?
Yeah, there's a book, I won't even call it a real estate book. It's called The Big Rich. And it's about the 4 families in Texas that really kind of created the oil industry as we know it. And The Big Rich is a phenomenal book. It's a book about life. It's a book about, it actually ends up being a little bit, I'm not political, but it ends up being how once you make all that money, you become political. Like it's, how our world is shaped today, from the early 1900s, late 1800s, how the oil industry has weaved itself into our lives. Why I said that book for you guys to listen to is because, and COVID has just proven that true again. The winners and losers of life, sometimes no one is smarter than anyone else. But the people that take the chances and the risks are either greatly rewarded or they're made to look like a fool. But both of those people took the chance and tried to do that. And I've noticed that even the ones that have the big failures get right back up and go do it again, and then they have that success. And so taking action is the point. And the world might make you look really smart or really dumb, depending on what kind of things, this world's so volatile right now that I'll give you an example. I've got a buddy that sells chicken strips to gas stations. Well, what happened in March of this year to about July? No one went to restaurants. They only went to gas stations. So he's had the most amazing 2020, yet, my other friends in restaurant are out of business, right? Is he smarter because he was in the chicken strip business than my other friends that had, hotels or something? No, obviously not. The work, my point is that you have to take action, try to become an expert in everything you do, but learning on the job is better than having analysis paralysis and reading and never doing anything. You need to learn on the site by taking action.
Yeah. Jump off the cliff.
Yeah.
I like it. It's The Big Rich. Obviously, I'll have that written down. It'll be on the website with the link and everything. But at the beginning of COVID, I said, oh yeah, we're at home now, right? Back in March. It seems like years ago, back in March. The first series that we looked up on Amazon from the History Channel was The Men Who Built America. Have you seen that?
Oh, I'm embarrassed to say how many times I've seen that. I love those shows.
That led into, man, these guys drink a lot of straight whiskey. I'm going to start drinking straight whiskey. And that didn't last long. But, that all went away because the next thing that we that we got into was Tiger King. But,
right after that,
I feel like you weren't really having the same April as everybody else unless you got his little Tiger King
That's
action.
True, yeah. I have a buddy that flew his private jet to go see that sanctuary. I thought that is the most fabulous Hoosier thing I've ever heard in my life. That's amazing. It's an amazing thing.
That is fantastic. That's a fantastic story.